I remember looking at the little kid. He had a smile on his face, and it kind of made me kind of smirk, like, I just thought it was a cute moment. I looked at the shopping cart. I remember there was an orange and brown Browns blanket. I just took my eyesight away for a second, and I looked down at my phone, and then I looked back, and as I was looking, she was crossing my A post of the car. I'm sorry, the door. And then
Okay,
I'm sorry.
We're going to just stop right there.
Okay.
When you say she was crossing your A post, what do you mean? with it?
I'm sorry, I'm a
That's
racing
okay.
guy. When you open the door, the post that's there, you know what I'm saying?
No,
I can't think of the thing.
Is it the pillar?
Yes.
Pillar.
Yes,
Okay.
that separates the side window to the front windshield.
Oh, you're talking about the car.
In my car. As I'm looking out, I'm trying to, navigate around that, and
Okay.
yeah.
All right. And so what then do you observe? You see a lady and a child pushing a shopping cart.
Yeah, so after moving my head, that's when I noticed a black female dressed in all black who was walking like right behind her. And I'm just kind of just gauging and seeing what's going on, just, not thinking anything, just...
Did you see a knife at that point?
I didn't. I wasn't looking down. I was just looking more at the lady in the cart.
Okay.
And then...
Hang on. Question?
So when you saw that, what happened next?
They had got to a gray car, and the trunk opened.
Who got to a gray car?
The lady pushing the cart.
Okay. She got to a gray car?
Yes.
Okay.
The back hatch opened, and that's when I saw the black female dressed in all black came around and raised her arm. That's when I saw the knife, because the sun just kind of the sun just made it just stand out. And she stabbed the kid, drew back, stabbed him again, and that's when I saw the Mrs. Wood grab Julian, and pulling him out, the lady stabbed towards them again, and the cart just fell to the ground. Everything fell out, and she cradled Julian in her arms. She fell to the ground. She started screaming, which I'll never get that out of my head. And that's when I was trying to get out of my car. Then I tried to bolt out, open the door, and for some reason I couldn't reach the handle because it was just insane. But I finally opened the door. I ran to the scene. There was another.
I'm going to hold you there. Question?
So once that happened, what did you see the black woman do, or where did she go?
She stood there for a second, and then she walked off. She walked off behind. There was a couple cars, and she just walked off. And there was another guy and a female who came out. I remember the guy yelling, "Call 911." I didn't have my phone on me. There was another lady who came, and I saw her. She was dialing 911, and I looked over again, and she was trying to escape through, the car. So I don't know if she's by herself. I don't know if she's working with somebody. So I ran back to my car. I got in. I tracked her down on the next aisle, and I pulled up next to her.
So when she left, Mr. Bush, did she go down the same aisle where the child and the mother were with the shopping cart, or did she go to a different aisle?
A different aisle.
Okay? And when she left, what were your observations about how she walked away?
I really didn't see how she was walking at first. I could see the top of her head. It was moving not in a fast pace, but a little bit more than normal, I would say.
All right. Did you see the knife again?
So when I pulled up next to her, that's when I saw the knife. And I realized that she had got him pretty good, because it was about a third filled with blood.
All right. And what was a third filled with blood?
I mean, the knife was probably this long. It was probably up to here, probably that much. From what I could see. I mean, I looked at it for like a 2 seconds.
Okay. All right. And where was the knife? Where was she holding the knife?
In her right hand.
All right.
Wow, what a great witness for the state. Let's talk about it. Let's bring in the chief trial attorney for the Muskegon County, Michigan District Attorney's Office, Matt Roberts. Matt, good morning to you. Your thoughts on this gentleman and everything he's sharing with the jury?
Well, good morning, Julie. It's great to be here. Really powerful testimony there. Clearly, you can see the impact that this has had on this gentleman. Obviously, something he's never going to be able to get out of his mind, as he indicated there in his testimony. And really powerful stuff for the jury here, because it really goes to the heart of the question they're going to have to answer. There's no question that she's guilty. There's no question that she did this. So the question for the jury becomes, what do we do with this woman here who is certainly responsible for this, and how do we deal with this case? So very powerful testimony there from this gentleman.
Definitely. And how about the trauma you can just see that he's experiencing, Matt, can't you? I'm sure that stood out to you.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, the secondary trauma here is immense. Obviously, it's not happening directly to him, but no question that this is going to have an impact on him for the rest of his life. And I would certainly hope that he has been able to speak to somebody about that, or to get some help for that, because it's definitely something that nobody expects to see it, and nobody really knows how to process those things. Certainly not just as a person who's out for grocery shopping, and to see this horrible thing, it's just devastating.
Oh, it really is. And he was one of those people, you know, I like to always think of the Mr. Rogers, the famous quote. He would say that when he was a little boy, his mother would say to him, when things are scary to you that you see in the news, look for the helpers. There are always good people who are helping. And this man is one of them, as I'm looking at our producer's notes. And he follows and kind of watches the defendant as he knows someone's calling 911. It's like these helpers, these bystanders all took a role. Somebody called, he stood, kept an eye on her. He talks about keeping an eye on her, having his firearm with him, and just kind of watching, making sure she wasn't going to do anything else until the police arrive and apprehend her. We're going to watch the cross-examination together in just a moment. Attorney Matt Roberts, stand by, please. Friends at home, we'll be back in just 4 minutes as this trial continues over the death of little 3-year-old Julian Wood.
I'm Vinny Politan. Welcome to Closing Arguments.
What's happening here?
It's unreal. Let me show you exactly what happened.
Closing Arguments with Vinny Politan, tonight at 8/7 Central, only on Court TV.
A wife accused of murdering her prominent attorney husband, and the defense involves blaming her own sons?
Victim to Verdict with Ted Rollins. New episode Saturday night, 8 Eastern and Pacific.
Only on Court TV.
Welcome back to Court TV Live. I'm Julie Grant. We're in Cleveland, Ohio, broadcasting the trial over the death of 3-year-old Julian Wood. He was stabbed to death in the parking lot of a busy grocery store. The woman who stabbed him is Bionca Ellis. She's on trial right now, and this isn't a question of who done it. Her attorneys are conceding that she did this, but what they're not conceding is the level of legal liability. She's pleaded not guilty by reason of insanity, and that doesn't mean that she should walk free if the jury finds that. No, she would be committed to a state mental institution where she would serve time there and be treated as part of the sentence. But the prosecution doesn't believe that she was insane at the time. They believe she knew right from wrong. So what will the jury find? Well, we're still hearing from eyewitnesses in the case, setting the scene on that dreadful day. Right now, there's a witness who saw the stabbing event happen. He described it to the jury, and he looked back. He was like he was holding back a lot of emotions. Now it's time for him to be cross-examined. Let's go back in.
Bush, you indicated that you confronted Miss Ellis. Is that correct?
Yes.
And at the time that you confronted her, how far away were you from her?
Right next to her.
Right next to her?
In my car.
Feet? 2 feet?
Probably from me to the court reporter.
And when you said to her, do you know that you stabbed that boy, and she shrugged her shoulders, you were right next to her. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is there a reason why, and that being such important information, that you did not include that in your written statement when you had this conversation with the police?
I'm sorry, repeat that?
Is there a reason why what you testified to here today regarding Bionca saying so and shrugging her shoulders and you confronting her, why didn't you include that in your statement on the day that the police interviewed you?
Am I allowed to read my statement?
Let me do one better. Your Honor, may I approach?
You may.
I'm going to show you your statement. Yeah, we'll mark it.
Mr. Bush?
Yes, sir.
All I want you to do is to read it yourself, and then when you're done, let me know. So
Yes, sir.
no comments about it, just read it, and then I'll have Mr. Mack ask you some questions.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And you had a chance to read it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Is that your signature, sir?
Yes, sir.
That is your statement.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So point to the part of the statement where you indicate that you confronted Bionca and she shrugged her shoulders after you having said, you know you stabbed that kid.
It's not in there.
Okay.
I was pulled over by a
Well,
officer. I'm sorry.
he's going to ask questions.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. They did give you an opportunity to write out your observations, correct?
Yes, sir. Pretty brief, but
And to me, that's the most important thing that you testified to here today is that she verbally responded to you without the audio saying so. She mouthed the word so.
yes, sir.
You confronted her, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. But that's not in your statement, right?
No, it's not.
Okay. Have you been following this case since it's been in the news?
Not really. I don't really watch it.
Okay. You don't watch TV?
I got other things to do.
Okay. You also indicated that at some point, right after the stabbing, she began to walk past you. Do you recall stating that?
A little bit faster, yes, sir.
Okay. Is there a reason why in your statement you indicated that she slowly walked away toward Dover Center?
While she was over on the other aisle, she was walking slower. But as she was getting away from the initial stabbing, she was walking a little bit faster.
Why isn't that in your statement then?
As I said, sir, I was pulled away.
Okay. So you also indicated that you saw Miss Ellis fall down. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
at the time that the police confronted her,
Yes, sir.
but you couldn't hear what was going on.
No.
And when you say she fell down, are you saying that she laid down, or are you saying that she fell?
She laid down. She laid down.
Okay. You're indicating, I think you're about to say that you had another conversation with another officer at some point in time?
There was, yes, another officer had kind of asked me what did I see, and I think I just got distracted and just put this down, and I went and answered his questions, and that was it.
Okay. You don't recall who the other officer was?
I don't.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. All right. Your Honor, may I take one moment?
You can.
What do you think of the cross so far? Let's bring in our legal analyst guest to see what he thinks. Attorney Matt Roberts on the show with us. Matt, your thoughts on what counsel's doing with this witness?
Well, it's kind of interesting, Julie, because again, there's no question here that the defendant committed this act. So going after this witness and trying to suggest that maybe he didn't tell the police something and maybe he's saying something now, I don't see how that really benefits the defense. And if anything, the situation he's describing really goes to what would be useful for the defense, that her reaction is not what you would expect or hope from a person that's just stabbed somebody. The sort of shrugging and no big deal or whatever type of attitude really helps the defense. So it's kind of puzzling why you would do this. This is a person who's clearly suffered trauma, and I just don't understand why you would go after him in this manner if that's the defense. So
Right. I'm with you, Matt. It's almost one of those opportunities where I could see him saying, thank you for the opportunity, Your Honor. No cross is necessary, and just sit down, score some points, because as you said, this is a lay witness, has no interest in the case. He didn't want to be dragged into this. He's clearly traumatized. And if you want to save your juice for the mental health issue in that question, I would think that he might earn some points with the jury by not going hard on lay witnesses. It seemed like he was kind of picking apart what was in the statement, not in the statement. And yeah, that's a little tough, huh, Matt?
Yeah, it's kind of puzzling. I don't understand it. The challenge for the defense in this case is not trying to suggest that she didn't commit this act. Obviously, it's to generate whatever level of sympathy you can for the defendant by claiming that she has this mental illness and attacking a person who's doing the best he can under the circumstances. And people seem to think that, or certainly defense attorneys believe that whenever a witness talks to a police officer, they have to say everything that happened, and the police officer has to write it all down. And it just doesn't happen that way in reality, and I think most jurors accept that. So this is a different tactic than I would expect for somebody who's trying to claim that the person was just insane. Like you said, get up, maybe don't ask any questions, or maybe highlight the bizarre parts of it and move on.
Right. That's another good point too, Matt. Maybe just a couple questions about, she appeared nonchalant after this, right? And she had that big bloody knife in her hand, right? So like kind of make her, if your point is that she was crazy at the time and just completely out of her mind, then ask those questions that support that.